straight ahead. We've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Jets. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. Two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll come out with a three tight end look on the first play of the drive. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 15-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man is Uzomah. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down. Straight ahead is Hall. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for the Jets.
Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cousins now. Completes this to Addison out left. They get 11 back on that one, and leads to third down. Here is third down and 4. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Going to run with Madison again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, Maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A handoff for Hall. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, take 26.
Here's Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. This is Hall. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. This 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Rodgers going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 4 yards out. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball.
Well, he's free going down the left left side. It's a foot race. Breece Hall, the race is on. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 98 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On second down, this is Madison. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 10. Here's Cousins. Pass complete to Addison. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Fourth down, Cousins. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 1. Now Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. And again, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Now Rodgers. And that's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. Down the right sideline. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on is not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Ball again. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On third down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The offense on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. He lets one go deep for Addison. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Vikings. Jordan Addison, 82 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Jets. And here comes Rodgers now as they go for the two-point conversion. Now a toss coming right side. It's Hall. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these two-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for two and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on two-point plays as well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Cousins.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers. Open man is Uzomah. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd down, Cousins. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Cousins. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Now it's Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. On play action, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Madison running on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Vikings!
KJ Osborne.
58 yards.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he fires one incomplete.
Again, it went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over this outlet?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Rodgers with a pass caught by Conklin.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And they're going to speed things up here. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race.
He's on his way.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Jets have got it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Here's Rodgers. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Marcus Davenport picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Well, they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Cousins.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, Vikings.
KJ Osborne.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings get a bit closer.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And that'll make this a 19-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action. Now Rodgers. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does. If their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone, And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes.
They've got his man complete.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown. Cam Akers, 93 yards.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. That's caught, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the Jets have got it. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 1st down, here's Cousins. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time that happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, a 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because...
And now here's another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and run it here. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they will take a knee here. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they take a knee. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. That is caught. It's Uzomah.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Rodgers again now. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Now Rodgers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Cousins on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second at about a mile here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense.